Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Expert Reviews. We're here on Westfield with a Manticore. And now let's see what we can read into this right off the bat. Just before we get started, I'm going to go back so I can see the actual layout of the Manticore, ammo, loadout, whatever. So, what are we looking at? We are looking at a CVS in the scouting slot, naturally. We've got what looks like Bond Optics, 400-meter base view range. Isn't the best, it's not the worst on any tier 10 light tank. That would go to the AMX 13105 and the T100 LT at 390, which is very disappointing. 400 here on the Manti, sort of middle of the pack, below the Shendon, Panzerwagen, things like that. So Bond Optics, certainly a good choice here. And a Bounty, low noise exhaust, giving plus 9% camo, both while stationary and on the move. One of the pieces of equipment in the game that makes the camo net completely and utterly obsolete. You should be using camo net on basically zero tanks, maybe a E25 or like an IKV in a niche situation. We got optics, an optical calibration to boost that view range up further. We have only premium ammo, APCR on the Manti, 20 shells. This is a 105mm gun. The ammo capacity of the Manti is very, very limited. And if you're doing a lot of damage, you will find yourself running out very quickly. We got pudding and tea as well. We can also observe we've got 2 marks of excellence, so I'm hoping for a good game here. 1,470 hit points. Base value of the Manti is 1,400, so that will be, I think, every single level of field mod, so I'm expecting this tank to perform brilliantly. Maybe an additional 2% camo from the final field mod, and perhaps the one that decreases camo of enemies behind foliage even further as well. Now let's talk about gun stats, shall we? As we get up to our top speed of 68 here quite easily. 25 in reverse for what it's worth. Actually, before I do gun stats, if we're going to the mid here, let's just have a look here. 2 Object 261s on the enemy team. Now, Object 261s are dangerous arties. They are dangerous piggies. If you ever hear the of an Object 261, you wanna be worried. But the thing about them is they have a very flat shell trajectory, unlike some of the British arty, or even the Germans, to be honest. The British arty in particular fire their shells really high up, so they take a long time to get to the target, but they come in at a very, very high angle, allows them to hit behind buildings, etc. With the 261, the exact opposite. The shell's going to go there. It will get to the target quicker, but it will fly flatter, and thus undulations, hills, which we are surrounded by here, will offer you a lot more cover when against an Object 261 than against a CGC. That's relevant, but the reason I bring that up especially is because hills, right? One of the limiting factors of the Manticore is gun elevation. This thing has 8 degrees of gun depression, that's all around the tank, which is lovely, but also has 8 degrees of gun elevation. That is bad, right, off the bat, but one thing we also want to be aware of, over the rear of this tank, and in quite a few tanks, Manticores included, light tanks in general, it's quite often the case that you want to sit backwards in a bush so that you can run away after taking a shot, right? That presents problems in the Manticore because over the rear and anywhere sort of behind the frontal 180 degrees arc of this tank, this thing's gun elevation gets worse until you're aiming right behind you, at which point it is 4.5. To put that in perspective, that is worse than the gun depression of some Russian heavy tanks. That is horrific. So I'm curious, given that we are surrounded by hills, if that quirk is going to come into play here, which is why I won't mention it. But as for the gun, 4.29 grams per minute. 248 alpha, and that's going to be painful. You gotta run, my boy, you gotta run. 248 base pen, but we're not seeing any of that here. We're seeing all premium 268mm of pen on the APCR, and HE 60mm of pen. 390 Alpha with Standard, and 480 with HE. Got an accuracy of 0.38, which is not that great. And look! He can't aim up more. He can't. He cannot. He is aiming as high as he can. I shit you not. Look at this. Look. That's as high as he can aim. Oh, bless his little heart. Oh, that is just beautiful. But yeah, 1.9 second aim time. What else did I want to cover? Yeah, question. Does anyone take HE on the Manticore? Anyone out there who's like an avid Manticore player who like takes a HE shell? Because I've got to assume that anyone who's really investing in themselves in the Manticore is gonna have a loaded full APCR for one thing, because why the hell wouldn't you? But also, like, do you put any stock in HE? 60mm of pen? Okay, being spotted there tells us that either that T100 has moved up again, or that EBR has a CVS and optics. Now, the Manticore can go up to a camo rating stationary on the move of about 56%. Now, given that he's not using bond vents, he's not using a camo directive, his camo rating won't be that high. I would estimate his camo is somewhere around maybe 50%, somewhere around there. But still, that maybe that EBR with a CVS? No, I don't think that's... I do not think that EBR would have spotted him in that situation with a CVS, unless he's got a ridiculous setup. I would imagine that spot came from the LT. That would be my estimate, at least. I've forgotten what the hell I was talking about, so let's just move on. 42.74 is the base horsepower per ton of this vehicle. I thought that would miss then, but nice connection indeed. 530 horsepower engine, this thing weighs 13 tons max, 12.5 on average. It is a light tank by name, by profile, and indeed by armor, as we take it from the UDES there. Going back to the same position again, lights the E3, doesn't get spotted in return. CVS and probably Field Mod doing him favours there, lighting that boy up. But T100 LT is going to be making you still a little bit nervous at this point. Right? We're also missing the LTB. If we look at the enemy team list, it's the only person we're missing, is the LTB. And that's important to take note of in light tanks especially. And the LT100 has just been spotted there. So potentially there's an avenue for moving up here. I don't think you should do that right now. I'm just trying to point out that keeping an eye on this team list and saying, okay, the LT's over there. What is possible to be there, right? Is an STB going to be there? Very, very unlikely. Why is it so unlikely? Well, he's got a kill, so I'd imagine that he's contributed to a kill on that flank, because if he killed something up there, given the nature of that engagement, he would have been spotted getting that kill, most likely. So the most likely place for him to get a kill there, being unspotted, is either back here or on the cross by this building on the E3's position, right? So filling in blanks as a light tank is a really important thing. You'll have moments in your light tanks like this gentleman is now, where he's sitting, being not idle, obviously he's contributing, but he's not moving, he's not having to focus on driving. So what you should be focusing on now is thinking, right? Trying to work out where the enemy team is, and is that worth a shot? You'd probably take that, right? What's going to spot you at this point? I reckon that was well worth a shot, in my opinion. Because you've got the foliage cover. Oh, wait, no. No. The UDES might well have spotted you if you'd shot there. Camera rating goes down to, what, 3.69 after you fire? So what might be worth doing here is pulling forward to sort of this position, so that this foliage conceals you from the UDES, and then you can take the shot clean on the E3. Yeah, I was wrong to say you should shoot there. Passivity is winning the day right now. See, EBR has spied the opportunity that we did, got all the way through, spotted both of their arty. I doubt you can have any shots from here, and indeed you're not. Let's talk about armor. Ooh, finds the gun elevation for that shot. Now the shot is clean. That's beautiful awareness there. Takes the shot when the UDEV that would have spotted him if he shot at the E3 had moved. EBR unfortunately can't take out the arty. I do wonder if one of the arty will go down to our 261. If you are shooting at enemy arty at long distance, a 261 is probably the arty you want to be doing it with due to the characteristics we mentioned about it earlier. Oh, and good awareness there. You could see him poking out deliberately to get vision on that land because he thought the UDES might be coming back, and indeed he was. Just little nuances like that showing really good awareness from this man or gentleman or entity as a player. Now, one thing I want to raise as well about the Manti, turn it on there, 80, 40, 30. Ooh. Okay, we can, oh no, Manti does have a CBS, he does have optics. We can tell that by being spotted there. We're assuming a camera rating of about 50%, 40% base view range of that Manti. View range is clearly not, I would expect, not as good as our friend here, because as we can see, 1,400 hit points on this guy. 1,470 on us. So we know this Manti doesn't have any field mods. Which tells us a little bit about his capabilities, as well as him being able to spot us in that location and us out-spotting him, as in us getting the spot on him before he got it on us. Oh, and... oh, that is gorgeous! Absolutely worth the shot there. You're in a relatively safe position. If you do get spotted, you can fall back. Worth a go. That's lovely. That is absolutely lovely. That changes the dynamic of this game in a huge, huge fashion. You've taken out the last remaining enemy light tank, and now the enemy don't have anything that is suitable for countering your ability. It's interesting that the STB-1 has been spotted up there as well, because we came to the conclusion earlier that because he got a kill, he would be around here somewhere. It might be interesting for me, actually, to look back in the kill feed. You guys in the video can do this and help to prove me wrong if you like, but I want to know, what did that STB-1 kill? Did he kill one of the heavy tanks up here? In which case I missed it and he would have been up there. But that's the kind of thing you want to be aware of. The kill feed can tell you so much. Alright. Onwards, 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 and you can see immediately I was going to say he's a bit more aggressive. But he's certainly going to feel a lot more free now. No T100LT, no Manticore. As a light tank player, the enemy light tanks dying just makes you feel so much more powerful. The enemy have lost their primary ability to counter you. Going back to what I was talking about armor. 80, 40, 30 on the turret, and what, 50, 30, 25 on the hull. Now, the Manti does not have armor. If anyone comes up to you and says, hey, the Manti's got really good armor, then they're, well, they're dumb and or lying. But 50 on the front of the hull, 80 on the front of the turret. Yes, it might be inconsistent. Yes, it might not be on all of the plates, but... oh, and there's the .38 accuracy, not doing him any favours whatsoever there. Should have been a kill in my estimation, 70-80% of the time. But yeah, it's enough that a lot of guns that shoot at you won't overmatch you. Right? 2mm gun won't overmatch a 50mm plate. Right? Won't overmatch an 80mm plate. Okay, so let's talk about prioritization here. He ignores the E3. And he goes right up here and puts a shot into the STB. Makes him a one-shot. This is really, really good target prioritization. Because when you are judging your capabilities and you're looking at your methods of winning the game, you've got to take stock of your advantages. Now, Manticore's got, what, DPM of 1,743.3, I think? Horrific DPM. Right? It's absolutely awful. But as the Manticore, you have mobility, you have stealth, you have a gun that can pen your average tier 10 target most of the time if you get the right angle, right? You want to take out the enemy in the same way that you're happy when the enemy light tanks die, right? You want to take out the enemy that is closest in relation to your assets. And what I mean by that is mobility, cannonating, and ability to position. The STB1 here is far closer to a Manticore than an E4, an E3, and a 268. He is the most mobile, he has the best camo, he has the best ability to get around this 1,000-meter map. He has over 10 degrees of gun depression that he can use on ridge lines. He is the most suitable tank that the enemy team have left apart from the Leo and the Udes. In this environment right here, he is absolutely the one that you target, because if he is dead, it further enhances the dynamic, the juxtaposition between you, your capabilities, and what is left that the enemy team have to offer. If you kill the 268, the amount of tanks that can compete with you in terms of mobility, in terms of getting around the map, remains the same. If you kill the STB1, there is one less enemy tank capable of kind of keeping up with you in that environment. So I really like the target prioritization there. Sure, let's get back. Now you really want to kill the STB1. That is your objective here. And you got a load of very close to one shots, which is lovely in the Manti. It's absolutely lovely, because as I say, DPM is awful. I get spotted going out wide there. That's disappointing. And how are you going to play this? Do you go aggressively for the kill? No, you don't. Remember, he's platooned with an arty here. Oh, and that is poor play by the STB. Very poor play. And a very nice kill for the Manti. Manti being careful. Wonder how long he's going to have his arty still with him. Arty does take out the 268. What a favour that is. And it's good to see these guys are obviously communicating. 261 not shooting at the Leo that's there, instead covering his Manti, because at this point, you know, as an arty, you're dead. You've got two object 261s presumably targeting you. You've got the Leo, you've got the Udes shooting in from distance, either here or up in the middle. The way that you win this game is the Manticore at this point. So prioritizing, clearing him up, giving him further opportunity is absolutely the right thing to do. Now, aggression at this point in the Manti. Can you find the booty? Oh, that is good positioning by the E3, to be honest. Kind of covering his ass behind the neck. And I think we were a bit lucky not to take a shot there. Maybe it wasn't quite aware of exactly where we were going to appear, but I do like that. Now, transverse speed of the Manti is bold. 45 base transverse, but at 42.74 horsepower per ton with the 530 horsepower engine means that you can get around to this 25 km/h top speed in reverse very, very quickly. Now, observing the reverse speed there, how quickly it went up to, it wouldn't surprise me if he had some manner of field mod that upped his top speed. You can see him getting up to 70 there. I know that there's a field mod on the Manti that gives +2 to top speed, so it's possible he could have the top speed of 70 and a slightly worse horsepower per ton ratio. But now, what are we looking at? That Udes looks to be maybe a two-shot. Leo, 1,800 base hit points, I think. Maybe 1,850. Oh, and there we go. Yep, 1,850. Leo does connect the shot, as you'd expect. Knows he's got time to return one. And now the two arty here is worrying. You've got 1 minute to work, but at this point, holding is fine. This Leo, with the position that he's in, he can't get out of this engagement. You go for the kill secure as soon as you are unspotted. You're going to outspot him, you go up into these bushes, and you take the kill. This is textbook right now. So I'd be really surprised if he cocked this up. Risking a blind father. Ooh. Okay, lovely. I was worried that you might get a bounce there after Leo's gun mantlet, but hey ho. Okay, so 45 seconds to outspot a UDES in the cap circle. Now, the UDES, I believe, has 400 meters of view range, but if we're estimating 50% camo on the Manti, and this is where you might ask the question, would you rather have a HE shell here? I mean, probably not, right? How much health has this guy got? Oh, wow, he is a two-shot, and he is exposing himself. Ooh. Nice connection there. Very nice connection. And bonus as well, you can see, because of the way this guy is positioned, in one of the tanks, as we talked on many times before, you have two spotting areas of your tank, or two areas of your tank from which you are capable of spotting enemy tanks. In order to spot an enemy tank, you need a direct line of sight onto a spotting point of their tank, and every tank in the game has a number of spotting points, one on the front of the hull, two on there and there, one on each side of the hull, one on the rear, and a couple on the turret as well. That's the basic overview of how the spotting mechanics work. In this case, the Manti was able to spot the UDES because the spotting point of the front of his hull poked round the corner, and the Manti got a clear line of sight onto it, therefore the UDES was spotted. Now, the UDES and the Manticore are spotting from the spotting points on their tank, one at the base of the gun and one where the cupola would be. In this case, on the Manti, it's likely here, right? In the UDES' case, both of those points are concealed behind the building. Right? They can't see the Manticore. Thus, the Manti was able to spot the UDES and shoot the UDES without being spotted in return, regardless of the camera factors that his tank may have fallen to when he pulled the trigger. So, really nice there, and you can use that to your advantage deliberately, but I think it was mostly just accidental here. Now, of course, he could go and spot this guy manually. I don't know, I might be tempted at this point to just go all the way out there and then just blind fire behind that building. To be clear, that wouldn't be the right thing to do, because if you're relocated, you just wasted one of your shells, and, you know, problematic. I just think it would be cool. So at this point, you double bush, right? You got the spot, it can't go anywhere, you reverse 15 meters behind this foliage until the bush turns opaque, which means you won't lose its camo rating when you fire your gun. Its camo will still be provided to you, it will still be impeding your view range, but as tanks remain spotted for a certain amount of time after you can't actually see them anymore, that's why double bushing is going to work here. So let's see, should be reversing behind this bush until it is opaque. Not double bushing correctly, might well be spotted for that. And indeed he was. 261 gets lit as well. Now 261s, they do have mobility. And as I say, shells fly very fast to the target. If you are wanting to go hunting a light tank, there are few arties that are better for it at this tier. You know he can't shoot that 261 from here. You know he can't do it. Like, we have a clean shot. That's the cleanest shot you ever see. He can't do it. Oh no. Let's see if he aims. I really want to see if he aims and then goes, ah shit, and has to move. Let's see. Is he aware that he can't shoot this guy? Is he going to aim? No, it's not. It looks like he's played enough Manticore to know to know that he can't aim. Oh wait, I was in third person. He might have aimed. Give me a second. I wanna see if he had the oh shit moment. Let's see, chat. 268 in chat, congratulating him there. He's certainly done a good job here. Okay, 268 gets spotted. Oh, let me just kill him real quick. No, he is aware. Damn it! I was hoping it'd be funny. Okay, so I'm reversing back up. There's the gun. No, it's gone again. Oh god, that's the best gun depression. That's 8 that he was using there over the front of his tank. Over the rear, it's 4.5. I have pain. So at this point, you got 4 minutes. Look at the guy. No. Okay. You like to see Artie being aggressive. I mean, at this point, you'd have to work to lose this. Unless the Artie just get ridiculously lucky or something. Like, it would be a task to lose this. Does pick him up. Chat. After you find this 261, would you farm a Fade-ins? Personal question. Would you farm a Fade-ins? Because this is going to be a collection of medals. Now, you're getting a Top Gun. I think you're getting a Kolobanovs. Would you want to add a Fade-ins to that? Fire 2 shells, just as... Because these are one-shot. Are you going to miss? Are you going to bounce? 0.38 accuracy. Would you farm a Fade-ins? I'm curious to know what people would do. This is assuming you find him, of course. Assuming you find him. And I am curious to see if this gentleman farms that Fade-ins medal. I mean, this is No, he doesn't. I mean, perfect Fade-ins farming territory right there. I reckon a load of people would have done it, most certainly. But that's a lovely game. Really lovely game. Couple of things to point out there. We got to laugh at the gun elevation of the Manticore, which is always a laugh. I mean, the Manti is... I'll tell you what, here's another opinion bomb for you, chat. The Manti should have 550 alpha. I think it should have 550. I think the tier 9 should have 450, tier 8 400, tier 7 350. I think that should be their thing, right? They're very subtle, and then they just fire their gun, and they just destroy the camera rating of all foliage in like a 200-meter area. They just set fire to the trees, and everyone just chokes and dies. But in any case, thank you very much, everyone, for watching. If you would like to see your replay reviewed in this style by me, you can send it to replays.wallst at yahoo.co.uk, and I will add it to my large folder that I pick replays out of to review. Thank you very much. And yeah, if you want to see more commentary by me, I will put the playlist on the outro screen. Farewell.
Humanity peaks at our community manager. He is mentally jacked and strengthening our backs just like the counterweight on the turret of the challenger. Cause if we find ourselves in a crappy mood, you will brighten our day just through your attitude. Steven and Peabody, badass crew. So please take the song as a token of my gratitude.